Google offers a number of options that you can use to develop your AI solutions, as well as experiment, explore, and ultimately generate content for your specific needs. So today what we're going to be looking at is 3 different options. The first one is around Gemini, and this is aimed at your end users, and it's a really powerful generative AI that can do some text, it can do images, it can do summarization, it can integrate with your workflows, and a really powerful tool. Then we'll look at the AI Studio, which is aimed at more fine-tuning of your large language models and how you can get more out of your prompting. And then finally, we're going to be looking at Vertex AI, which is the cloud environment, which is enterprise driven, and it contains all the security, the privacy, and the responsible AI practices that businesses and organizations require. So if you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, and let's get going. So what we're going to be looking at is the Gemini workspace and the Google ecosystem for generating AI content. Gemini is really just the catch-all for large language models. What we're going to look at today is the Gemini user interface. So this is the basic interface that Google offers for free. There is a paid version of it, and a really great starting point. What we'll then do is look at AI Studio. This is really aimed at the developers and giving you a bit more fine-grained control of the models that you can select and some information that you can pass through and start tuning it. And then thirdly, we're going to be looking at Vertex AI. This is really the enterprise suite for Gemini and building out different types of models and giving you even greater control for your enterprise. So this is really the power and advanced users, but again, really simple interface that we can start getting into. But let's get exploring. So let's start using Gemini. So what we can do is log into Gemini. So all links will be in the description. And Gemini is just an interface that allows you to chat with the large language model to solve some of your problems, right? Really a simple interface where you can start typing into the chat prompt at the bottom over here, and you can ask it questions like create me a project plan or create a wish list of things. So what I want to do is I want to go in and transcribe a YouTube video. So let's go have a look at the video, and it's a video about Make and Gemini and how to automate certain things. If you'd like to look at the video, just check out my other channel videos. All right, but basically instead of watching it, I want to go in and grab the content from here and ultimately create a nice transcribed version of the steps that I followed. So what we do is just pop in the prompt saying create a summary of the step-by-step of the YouTube video and pop in the video name, and let's hit submit. What it's going to do now is it's obviously going to scan the YouTube video. It's going to grab out all the text, and it's going to ultimately pull that information into the window over here for you to see what I've done. All right, so those are the 13 steps that I actually did. If you wanted to check and ground it on a response, you can click on the G. So what it'll do is it'll go into the background and start looking at various other Google content or other content that can validate that those steps are correct. And they are correct, trust me, because you can watch the video and you can see that they work. So yep, that's all pretty good. You can regenerate it if you wanted to. You can listen to the output, but really, again, a really simple interface. To enable some cool things, just click on settings, go to extensions, and you can start enabling things like Google Maps. So you can start chatting with things around Google Maps. You can start enabling workspace around talking with your emails, and you can go to YouTube. And ultimately, yeah, so you can click on new chat if you'd like to, and really simple interface. All you do is you pop in your prompt that you would like to do, and ultimately it'll give you some outputs and answers. As you can see, there's some samples at the top there. All right, so let's pop in a prompt. You're a project manager that helps clients with adopting AI. Create some talking points for a PowerPoint. All right, this is the scenario that I'm going to use for a couple of the other tools. So let's hit enter. And as you can see, it's now created a output for you. All right, what you can do now is just copy and paste this into your PowerPoint. Right, you're also able to add images, you're able to scan images, videos, etc. That's out of scope for this video today. Right, so AI Studio. again, all links will be in the description below. But AI Studio is more aimed at the power users, and if you wanted to get more fine-grained control of using AI. All right, so log in to the AI Studio if you haven't already. If you're looking for a tutorial on how to do that, I've got one in the description below. So what we can do is click on the Get API key in AI Studio, and that'll take us into the environment. All right, so here's the environment. As you can see, slightly different to the Gemini space, where there's a few more options. On the Gemini, it's very simple and very straightforward, but in the AI Studio, we start getting a couple more prompts options. So you can create prompts, you can create new tuned models, you can do chat prompts, you can do structured prompts, you can do some fine tuning, but I think for this purposes, we'll just do a straightforward chat prompt just to get us going. All right, so you can now start editing your prompt name, and you can start basically saving things in a more logical way. So we can just create a name there, create a slide deck for AI, and on the right hand side you can now start selecting the type of AI model that you want to use. So you can use the Gemini Pro, Flash, or the Gemma models. So this gives you access to a lot more models in the background to try and get out what you need. Each model has got a very specific purpose. The Gemma 2 is probably more aimed at the open source, and it's very lightweight and it'll give you the right answers, but just quick and easy. And your Flash models, or your more flagship models, including your Pro models, it also allows you to pass through a lot more content. All right, so you can see the token count that you can do. You can change your temperature. Basically, this is the settings and how accurate the outputs are going to be. And again, these are really nice tools and controls that you can apply to your outputs and give you some good experimentation if you want to create something super fun. All right, what we can also do is edit the safety settings. All right, so safety settings in Gemini are very restrictive, but what you can do is you can start turning some of these down just to make sure that it's giving you the right responses. And you feel free to play around with this, because this is sometimes it does block you when you're trying to generate content that you feel is actually safe, but there might be something that's blocking you here. So as you can see, there's no options like that in here, but let's just grab this particular prompt and pop it into the AI Studio, and let's give it a run. All right, so what you can see over here is it's now using the Gemma 2 model and ultimately producing an output very similar to the Gemini that you've just seen. Right, so you can now copy and paste this and pop that into wherever you're looking for. All right, you can edit it. Yep, and you can stop editing. You can go more options. You can copy it. You can copy the markdown. You copy the rendered, and you can rerun it if you'd like to. You can move it up, move it down. You can basically start doing a couple more things and start chaining things up. You can also upload items from your drive, upload to the drive, and it'll start looking at text, documents, videos, anything that you ultimately pass through to it can be analyzed. All right, you can now save your prompt. All right, so if you want to come back to this at some point in time, and yeah. Right, here's the structured prompt. So this gives you even more fine-grained control over what you can do with the prompting. So anytime you put in an input like, I don't know, what is my name? And you can always have an answer saying Tyrone. All right, so this is how you start fine-tuning the model. Right, next up is Vertex AI. This is really the enterprise version of using large language models. Again, links are in the description. If you'd like to learn how to set up Vertex AI and get that next level up and powerful platform from Google Cloud, check one of my other videos, and links are in the description below. But basically what Vertex AI offers is a one-stop shop for developers and analysts and power users to start using the AI suite to integrate with their with their business processes and with their business problems. All right, so there's a number of models that are available. You've got your model gardens, you've got your Vertex AI Studio, and let's just go into this one over here. Let's just click on that. And again, quite a similar interface, and gives you the opportunities to modify and save things. But what you'll see over here is there's a lot more models. All right, so you've got the Gemini Flash models, you've got the Pro models, you've got the experimental, you've got the Vision models. And if you wanted to add your own open source models, you can. All right. You can also modify your safety settings, your temperature, outputs, and there's a couple more items that you can do. What you can also do here is start programmatically calling these models from your applications. But let's just give that prompt a go again, and you're a project manager, and there we go. So that's basically a so that's the difference in the outputs. So again, quite a similar interface, but this is really where you start looking at integrating with, so you get your starting point from Gemini, you go to your next one, which is in your AI Studio, start fine-tuning it a bit more, seeing what the outputs look like, which models you like, and then you can start using the Vertex AI to ultimately give you the right response that you're aiming for. So again, there's a number of other options within the Vertex AI environment. You've got the model garden, which can give you solve different problems for certain different things, right? So there's fine-tunable models, there's task-specific models. So if you wanted vision or recognition or segmentation or detection, so there's fine-tuned models that are already available for your purposes. So you don't have to rebuild anything from scratch. You can use these as a great starting point. There's document AI processing, there's syntax analysis, and ultimately these are the tools that are available for you and for your teams to ultimately get going with AI in your corporation. All right, so these are the three ways that I use AI at the moment. So start off in Gemini, go to AI Studio, fine-tune it a bit more, and then once I'm ready to start building, then I go into Vertex AI. If you enjoy this content, have a look at my other videos, which will give you a lot more details on how to use all of these applications. Like, subscribe, and see you next time.